Yeah.
We in this righteous war.
Righteous war, I'm riding with my sword. I'm dying for the Lord. If I'm dying, then I'm dying for the Lord.
It's a righteous war, and I'm riding with my sword. If I'm dying, then I'm dying for the Lord. The Lord, my life is yours. My life is yours. My life is yours. My life is yours. It's a righteous war, and I'm riding with my sword. If I'm dying, then I'm dying for the Lord. My life is yours. My life is yours. My life is yours. My life is yours. Purple camo, Rambo on my shoulder blade, Teflon ammo, Kevlar panels on my motorcade. War with Hades till they lay me in the soldier's grave. Hello, Purple Heart medal on my whole brigade. And a man with no ambition makes the coldest slave. Them mental prisons leave you sitting up in an open cage. Feel like I've risen to my chosen age. One of the best when I was drunk, y'all show can't see me in my sober face. My soul is saved, path to success, golden paved. They know we paid, the more they hated us, the more we made. We in the dough just like a police raid. Wanna know how real it is? Sin is killing kids like Roe v. Wade. Blessed Yah, I came to testify, I know he saves. They see my love for God, it justifies my holy rage. These devils soft as flowers, you bled on the cross for hours. I stay on my Austin powers. Oh, behave. It's a righteous war, and I'm riding with my sword. If I'm dying, then I'm dying for the Lord. The Lord, my life is yours. My life is yours. My life is yours. My life is yours. It's a righteous war, and I'm riding with my sword. If I'm dying, then I'm dying for the Lord. The Lord, my life is yours. My life is yours. My life is yours. My life is yours. Homie, I really mean it when I say I'm crucified with Christ. Cause you can't truly live until you lose your life. I battle cry for my and I gladly die, I won't pacify. If I go before that rapture ride, I will be done, I ain't asking why. Crack the sky, tell my fam I love them dearly. I tried my hardest clearly, but that's the path he chose to steer me, and there's no regrets. I hit them sets and showed the love of Jesus. So remember me as a man of God in love with Jesus. So many broken pieces and shattered dreams where I'm from. I traded them beams on my gun for these beams from the sun. The same Christ that then hung, breathe this life in my lungs. I'll praise to Yahweh and to Yeshua, the righteous son. No one's righteous, not one, but his blood can cover yours. So hop up on this winning team like teams on hoverboards. Homie, the choice is yours. We in this righteous war. So I advise you grab your sword and hearken to the Lord. It's a righteous war, and I'm riding with my sword. If I'm dying, then I'm dying for the Lord. The Lord, my life is yours. My life is yours. Come on. My life is yours, my life is yours, righteous war, and I'm riding with my sword. If I'm dying, then I'm dying for the Lord. My life is yours, my life is yours, my life is yours, my life is yours. For real, this concrete's in my veins, man, so I bless the street. The strong survive where I reside, so we test the weak. My heart stretches deep, so I don't stress defeat. If I get killed, just lay me on my shield and put my flesh to sleep. Turn to Christ, eternal life awaits a faithful soldier. The wait is over, well done my son, let's praise Jehovah. I hope I made my quota, fulfilled your will. We light it up, even though life's as rough as Brillo feel. Take me to the afterlife, cause I sacrificed it all for the team. My only concern was being worthy when I served the king. God's word will clean the imperfect things like turpentine. No noise in my tummy, my money, purple green. We stack it high, stash supplies to fund the war. You ain't no leopard, what you stepping up in this jungle for? Being Christian's my addiction, I'm riding for it. I'm a slave to my convictions, I'll die to show it. Righteous war, and I'm riding with my sword. If I'm dying, then I'm dying for the Lord. The Lord, my life is yours. My life is yours. My life is yours, my life is yours. It's a righteous war, and I'm riding with my sword. If I'm dying, then I'm dying for the Lord. My life is yours, my life is yours, my life is yours, my life is yours.
Finally tonight, she's out of this world. The current commander of the International Space Station about to break a big record tonight. Here's ABC's Gio Benitez.
They call it the Peggy factor, Mission Control's code word for the way superstar astronaut Peggy Whitson always gets the job done.
I love it up here.
Tonight, Commander Whitson making history with her record for any American. By the time she lands in September, her tally will be 666 days.
666 days in space.
The greatest trick the devil ever pulled was convincing the world he didn't exist.
If I could turn the page and time that I'd rearrange just a day or two. Close my eyes. Then I couldn't find a way, so I settled for one day to believe in you. Tell me lies. Tell me lies, tell me sweet little lies. Tell me lies, tell me lies. Oh no, you can't disguise. You can't disguise. No, you can't disguise. Tell me lies, tell me sweet little lies. Although I'm not making plans, I hope that you understand there's a reason why. Close your eyes. No more broken hearts. We're better off apart. Let's give it a try. Tell me lies. Tell me lies, tell me sweet little lies. Tell me lies, tell me lies. Oh no, you can't disguise. You can't disguise. No, you can't disguise. Tell me lies, tell me sweet little lies. If I could turn the page and time that I'd rearrange just a day or two. Close my eyes. I couldn't find a way, so I settled for one day to believe in you. Tell me lies. Tell me lies, tell me sweet little lies. Tell me lies, tell me lies. Oh no, you can't disguise. You can't disguise. No, you can't disguise. Tell me lies, tell me sweet little lies. Tell me lies, tell me lies. Oh no, you can't disguise. You can't disguise. No, you can't disguise. Tell me lies, tell me sweet little lies.
I'd go to the moon in a nanosecond. The problem is we don't have the technology to do that anymore. We used to, but we destroyed that technology, and it's a painful process to build it back again.
NASA has been busted left, right, upside down, every way but Sunday, using CGI, fakery. It is ridiculous. Harnesses, green screen malfunctions, augmented reality. It's over the top. But you know, this is basically what the thing is NASA, in Hebrew, you know, a lot of people will say it means to deceive. Okay. The people that are running this world are very much of the Luciferian agenda. They are a lot of the people who would straight up say they're Satanists. Their methodology is to hide things in plain sight, to reverse things, turn them upside down, make them backwards, but they always put things right in front of your face. And this is something, what I'm going to show you now is something that is, it's mind-blowing, honestly. And this is taken from the 2001-2002 blue marble, which again was a complete fabrication. And what we're going to see here is we're going to see a little bit of image processing where they first flip it upside down, and you're going to see an interesting image. But then they're going to turn it upside down and reverse it. And what you're going to see is absolutely going to blow your mind, and I'm just going to leave that with you. So here we have the fake blue marble image. And what they're going to do is they're going to mirror it right to left, and look at the interesting picture that comes out of that. So you might think, oh, well, that's, you can do that with a lot of things. That's a coincidence, right? Well, you could think that. But now, what we're going to do is he's going to take this image, and we are going to not only flip it, but we're going to rotate it, and then we're going to do the image. And look what comes out now. All right? Just take a look at that for a minute. What we're seeing here is we're seeing like a Masonic apron. We're seeing the all-seeing eye. We are seeing like an Anunnaki type of reptilian creature here with some sort of, I don't know, halo or crown or something like that. You have the symbol here that's on the back of the dollar bill, E Pluribus Unum. But this is straight up Luciferian, guys, and they put it right in front of our face. You just have to know where to find it. This is what we're dealing with, and it is an uphill battle.
As you know, over the last 500 years, at the beginning of this globe deception, science has progressively tried to frame themselves as the one and only authority on the world and our universe around us. And anybody that challenges their ideas or theories, such as the globe, anybody that questions is immediately humiliated and forced to bow down to one of their gatekeepers on TV and recant their story. And what this is known as is argument from authority. An argument from authority is called an appeal to authority, is a type of argument which argues that because a person or group seen as having authority on an issue believes something about it, it is likely to be true. Now, more and more people are coming forward and saying a mere appeal to authority alone had better be avoided. And as Carl Sagan, one of their gods of science, even said himself, one of the great commandments of science is mistrust arguments from authority. Too many such arguments have proved too painfully wrong. Authorities must prove their contentions like everybody else. And that comes from one of their main gods in their pantheon, Carl Sagan. Now, they can hide what they've done through their authority, like I said. If a scientist does not want to conform to their dogma, they can cut off funding for any research he might want to do. They can be stopped dead in their tracks at the universities, since they control most of the universities. They can stop them from receiving their doctorate, and so on. But the one thing they can't do is hide what they've done as far as coding in the worship of their sun god into the cosmology. Because as we know, these guys are all about the numbers, and they believe that God can be deconstructed simply by math and numbers. So what I'm going to talk about now and show you is how they coded the worship to their sun god, Lucifer, whatever name you want to give it. If you go all the way back, it's about solar worship. It's about the sun. So let's start with a number I've used many, many times in my videos. The number 216. 216 is significant because it's 6 times 6 times 6, 666. And it's their main solar number that they use through a lot of these hoaxes, these shooting hoaxes, and so on. It's also, if you look at the 3, 4, 5 Pythagorean triangle, I've talked about this as a former Mason myself. In the first degree, you learn about the 3, 4, 5 triangle, Pythagorean triangle, and how it produced Horus. If you take the cube of those numbers, 3, 4, 5, and add the sum of them, you get 216. So 216 is the smallest cube that is also the sum of 3 cubes. In Revelations 21:17, now this is just a little tidbit I'm going to give you, and then you'll see how it ties in later with the sun. But in Revelation 21:17, they measured the wall thereof, of the New Jerusalem, which is supposed to descend from heaven to earth, and they found it to be 144 cubit, which equals 216 feet. So with this number in mind, let's see where they put it. We can start with the earth, which they said had a circumference of 21,600 nautical miles. The moon, a diameter of 2,160 miles. Now remember, in numerology, zeros are superfluous. They don't matter. The 216 is what matters. The distance to the moon, 216,000 miles. And also, these numbers come from the older texts. And they've tried to change them over time to hide the coding that they've done. Also, the axial tilt of the Earth, 23.4 degrees. What's left if you take that from 90 is 66.6 degrees. 666. That's 216 if you multiply it together. So they hide it everywhere but in plain sight, as they like to do. Now 216, if you double 216, because they do this all the time to give it more reverence, or they'll take, half the number or a quarter of the number, to kind of be sneaky about encoding the number. So 432 is 2 times 216. Where'd they hide that number? Well, if you look at Jupiter, Jupiter has an orbital period of 4,320 days. Jupiter also has a 43,200 mile radius. Then we look at Mars. We know associated with war, the war god, has a diameter of 4,320 miles. This number is even encoded in the speed of light. If you take 432 times 432, you get the speed of light in miles per second. And lastly, 432 times the distance to the moon of 216,000 miles will give you the distance to the sun. Now, what they also did, they took half that number, 108. So 108 is significant. It's half of 216. Where did they hide that one? Well, we'll start with Saturn. Saturn has a polar diameter of 108,000 kilometers. It also has an orbital period of 108,000 days. Now we'll look at Venus, the morning star associated with Lucifer. It has an orbital distance of 108 million kilometers. And then right here on Earth, our orbital velocity, 108,000 kilometers per hour. Now, if you remember, they said we were also flying through space at 666,000 miles per hour. And they changed it to 667,000, but it was 666,666 again. Also, if you take 108 times the sun's diameter of 864,000 miles. It equals the sun distance from Earth. If you take the sun diameter divided by the Earth diameter, you get 108. And then lastly, the average distance between the sun and Earth equals 108 times the sun's diameter. Then we come finally to the thing that they worship and they hold most dear, the sun god associated with Lucifer, Satan, whatever you want to call it, all the various names. The diameter of the sun, they gave the number 864,000 miles. Why is that number significant? Well, I'll tell you why. First of all, it's 4 times 216,000. The world was created in 6 days. 6 days brings you 8,640 minutes. The seconds in a day, 86,400, 864 again. And then the best one of all, why they gave it this number to their most important deity, the sun, is that in Revelations, the New Jerusalem descends from heaven, a perfect cube. And they measure all manner of angles on that cube. And what they're left with at the end, after all the measurements, is that the entire square, the surface area of that cube, equaled 864 million furlongs squared. 864. So they saved the best for last. And why is Revelations important? Why do they pull from Revelations? Because, like I said, they believe that through chaos, they can bring it about their own time, their own way, and for their own purpose. And as a matter of fact, chaos, if you take that word and apply the Masonic cipher to it, chaos equals 216. So if you don't want to listen, you don't want to see, there's not a lot I can do for you. Just stick to your science, your God science. Stick to CNN. But if you are at least open to the prospect that you've been fooled, and you're open to what I'm saying, then all this is a wake-up call then for you. And I hope you do wake up. And I appreciate you watching and listening, and we'll talk to you soon. Thanks again. Bye.